tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be with. Tori, on the shit.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Shout out to everybody who is, has been sticking with us throughout 2022. We're back again and it's Lasgidi effect. Shout out to all you guys. As usual, it's your boy, Baby Guy, and I have Mossy Boy. Mossy Boy, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad at all. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody that's been with us since last year and they're still with us this year as well. So yeah, he's been pretty good and yeah, we just keep going really. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have a really good Christmas. With good New Year. It's good to spend a lot of time with the family as well. So yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And I
Um,
think the end of last year was, a good time for even Arsenal fans as well because
yeah,
the
that's right.
team was in good form,
Hmm.
winning games. And we've come into the new year and
Hmm.
regardless of that Man City performance, like it was a good the boys really, really showed up that day,
Hmm.
put in a fight. It's an interesting way to start the new year. I don't know what you
Hmm.
thought of that game against Manchester City. What's your
Well, I would say the without the manager on the touchline, the team played their heart out in that game. The only one I would say idiot on that pitch is the referee. This is the reason why I'm not saying this. I'm not encouraging people to start abusing the referee. This is the reason why you see why some fans threaten referees, and I'm not encouraging that at all. The game started really well, and I was hearing that well when I was watching some of the postcasts on YouTube. A lot of people are saying that the referee actually he was born in Manchester, so it might be he doesn't want Manchester City to lose, or he might be a Manchester City fan because that game that day 11v11, Arsenal is going to win that game hands down because Man City are not having anything in our box in our half. They don't have anything. The referee ruined the game. So, which I'm not sure what he's thinking of. So, which is absolutely crazy. Referees should be coming out to explain why did you, because do you know what baffled me? Yeah, I'm not I'm not I'm not the kind of person that kind of say, okay, if you watch all the shows that we've been doing, I'd never go lengthy like this to talk about referee, right? I don't care. I always talk about my team, but that game is actually due to the referee mistakes in that game. If not, because it's just the way he was ditching. Recent, I was hearing the news today that Arsenal actually get fined for not controlling their player. I don't see
Yeah, we've been
Arsenal
fined.
player the
I think it was
20,000.
20,000 pounds.
I don't see Arsenal player going crowded the referee or whatever. The game just go up as normal. The person that actually scored the winning goal, it never that guy never received a yellow card. The only yellow card he received because he scored the goal. He took his shirt off. And the similar foul this guy is making, Arsenal fan is getting yellow
Arsenal
card
players
for
are
it.
getting the yellow
I'm
card.
not
So
going to I'm not going to sit down here and defend Gabriel McGillish. He's so stupid. That guy is absolutely stupid. This is the reason why when you have young players on the pitch, there is no leader on that pitch to tell them, okay, look, you are on the yellow. Don't do anything rash right now. We are 1-1. Let's go home with a point each, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, it's what it is. We move. So
Yeah,
you know, so
I mean, you said a lot of interesting things. I think that amongst like the footballing community, obviously, this issue with referees will always be controversial because there are people who, on one side, will say the referee, the official didn't do a good job, right? Both the
yeah, yeah,
referee and the VAR, right?
yeah.
And people come on and still make the argument that some of those calls were correct. Um, but in my opinion, I think that the ref was really bad that day, and I think that
Mhm.
the bigger problem was that it wasn't balanced in the way it treated players from both sides, right?
From bro,
So
it's not balanced yet.
I
Even
don't.
the sorry
The
to
only
cut you
the,
short.
okay, yeah, please.
Even the pundit, like Gabriel Agbonlahon, that the guy that used to play for, he actually
Okay,
said on the TV that the referee is one-sided. If you go and watch his pundit for I think it's for BT, for BT for another country. I can't remember where he's saying he said it. I saw it on YouTube and he said it. He said this referee is on one side. There's some similar, exactly similar fouls from Man City,
it,
but Arsenal is getting. One thing I want to pick out is Rob Holding came on after the Gabriel get a red card. His first tackle, he's got a yellow card for it. But normally, referee should, if the foul is not that, it's not that bad, you should, at least you should still give him a warning to say, okay, look, don't do it again.
calm down. Yeah,
Calm down. I'm
so
not gonna sit down here and defend Gabriel or Xhaka because Xhaka is, everybody knows Xhaka for that anyway. So Gabriel one is the guy is young, stupid. He will learn from there. But Xhaka is not a young player. He's been doing it all the time and he never learned. So
yeah.
those two guys made, I would say, basically, don't let me because if I wanted to be talking about this, and if you look at back about a few years back, this is the referee that gave a ghost go as well, and he still carry
Yeah,
on refereeing in the
I
Premier
saw
League.
I saw that.
No, no, no,
But
no.
yeah,
The
as in
the standard of the referee in the one of the best league in the world is really poor.
is really suspect.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I mean, for me, that's just what I thought. I thought that the officiating was imbalanced on both sides, right?
Yeah.
So if you were booking Arsenal players for some types of tackles, then you should have been booking City players for the exact same types of tackles.
Hmm. You know.
That way we know it's balanced, right? So people can have arguments about whether this was a penalty or that wasn't a penalty. As an Arsenal fan, I look at that Odegaard thing. I've watched it over and over again. I've
Hmm.
come to the conclusion that maybe I'm just biased, right? But I mean, I saw a situation where my player is going with the ball, the
Hmm.
goalkeeper shows up, it puts his leg in the way, he kicks my
Hmm.
player's ankle. It puts his leg he kicks the player's ankle. The guy steps on his leg as well. The referee doesn't give the penalty. You can look at it, and from different angles, it looks like a
Hmm.
pen. One, it doesn't look like a pen, right?
Hmm.
I tell you, it should have been a pen, but it's fine,
Hmm.
right? The real problem is, I look at it and say, if that was my goalkeeper, you probably would have given the pen against us, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But all of that is just assumptions.
Mm.
We look at the Granit Xhaka one. Some people say it's a pen, some people say it's not a pen. I thought it was a pen because you were clearly pulling
No,
the
no, no.
guy's shirt. I think
Immediately Xhaka, immediately Ben Leno faced Xhaka. Xhaka has not even touched it yet. And I told my brother-in-law that we're watching the game together. I said, this is penalty.
it's a pen,
I,
right? Because
straight
I
away, I
wish
said
I
it's a
wish he
penalty.
wasn't pulling the guy's shirt, but like
If he's
you're
not
pulling the
pulling the
guy's
guy's
shirt,
shirt,
you've given them the excuse to give the pen,
that's right, because
right?
he's pulling
So
the guy's shirt. But
sadly,
another thing I want to say is the ref the everybody has been complaining that all the referees need help because that's the reason why they brought VAR in. However, the people actually sitting down watching the VAR are still this referee as well, which they're not capable. The way I'm seeing things is like I just see that this referee, this in all this English, they are very corrupt because they have their team as well. Because every single referee, they have their team they support as well. He might be looking at the table. I'm not saying the referee is a Man City supporter though. He might be looking at the table and said, oh, if Arsenal go ahead and win this game, then maybe probably his team is kind of not far away from Arsenal, for example, they will say, "Oh, we won't be able to catch them." He just say, "Okay, this is," and he just messed the game up
Yeah.
for Arsenal.
Anything is
So, but
possible, but I
anything
think
is
the
possible.
larger conversation is, I do strongly, the thing is, I'm an Arsenal fan, right? And
Mm.
I've seen clear cheating against Arsenal,
Of
right?
course,
My first clear experience of clear cheating was the game that stopped our 49 game unbeaten run.
yeah, he's
till
been coming for a
today,
long
till
time. Yeah.
today, when I see clips of that game, I can't believe what happened in that game, right? And for that game is proof to me, no matter what anybody tells me, that game is proof to me that the
Mm,
ref can cheat you, right?
of
It's
course.
possible. That game is proof to
Hmm.
me, right? But we've seen all sorts of decisions over the years, and for me, I just wish the ref was more balanced, right? So
Hmm.
many tackles on Saka,
Hmm.
saw the tackle on Martinelli, didn't even give a free kick,
He
right?
didn't even give a free kick.
And you're like, even if some of these calls that we're arguing about you were
Hmm.
correct, but these other things you've done make you
Mm,
look very biased, right?
very bad. Yeah,
And
that's right.
it's just where it is. Let's take a few comments. Bemiro is trying to preach in the comment section. First of all, big shout out to you, Bemiro. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching Lasgidi Effect. We really, really appreciate you. He says, first of all, he says, I saw more from Airport Albert in 19 minutes than Ateta in 2 years. And I'll come back to that comment, but he's saying something about this ref issue we're talking about. So
Mm,
let's look at those comments first. It says, don't blame the referees. The referee got the decision right, except from maybe the first Gabriel yellow card. For that one, funny enough, Gabriel, to me, if you ask
so,
me, if I'm being
so,
honest
uh,
with you, in my
mm,
real honest judgment, Gabriel deserved the 2 yellow cards, right? But he doesn't deserve a yellow card for what they gave him the yellow card for, right? Unfortunately, because he and Ramsdale scrubbed the
mm.
penalty spot, and they should both have gotten yellow cards for doing that, right?
No,
Because
no,
that's
no, 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 no.
dirty,
Listen, listen.
right? But the thing the
Let me.
ref booked him for was not even his own offense. That at the end of the
Yeah,
day, so it was almost like
that's
karma
right.
catching up with him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I would say first of all, the referee doesn't book Gabriel because he put his foot into the penalty spot.
No, that's not what
Play
the book
no, no,
says.
no. Even though, let me say this, even though if referee comes out and said I booked his first yellow card is to scuff the penalty spot, even though for example, I've seen the strikers that want to take the penalty before they put the ball down, they put their boot into the spot first and they put the ball down. So the referee doesn't book them for that. So if the referee comes out and said he booked him because of that, then that is wrong. To
Yeah,
me, after Gabriel go onto the spot and put his boot down, he's kind of he was saying something and he was going towards the referee, and that is when the referee booked him, maybe probably for dissent.
yeah.
I don't
I
know,
don't even think that's what it
because
was. It
he
seemed to
did
me like somebody
exactly
had
the same.
pushed him. He pushed him
No, no,
into the
no.
referee. The referee might have thought it was
But
being
no,
aggressive or
he
whatever,
did
right?
exactly the same thing for Saka, because Saka is
He booked Saka
asking
for
and he
complaining. Yeah.
booked Saka for complaining.
And I
So
didn't think that was fair either, because I'm like, are you saying the players? I remember watching something and
mm,
during the week, and this pundit was saying that the thing that Rodri did, when Rodri scored, he went to celebrate in front of the Arsenal fans,
yeah,
and that has been a controversial topic as well. And there
hmm,
was a pundit who said that, like, in the moment as a footballer, when
yeah,
you score, right,
yeah,
there's a rush of emotion, and in that
yeah,
rush of emotion, you might do something that might end up being a mistake, right? But he was justifying it to say that, yeah, you can blame Rodri for what he's done, but in that moment, it wasn't himself. It was just
yeah.
elated by the goal he
Yeah,
had just
I
scored,
don't
right?
see.
And then his
I don't.
argument was, don't turn players into robots. Let them express
Yeah,
themselves on the
so
pitch.
yeah, but
And I'm saying,
I
if you
don't think
say
that
that,
should be a yellow
then you
card
should
anyway.
also allow players express their displeasure on the pitch. They're not
Yeah,
robots. If
that's
a
right.
player feels like you've made a decision and the decision isn't right, even if you're not going to change your mind, right? But
Yeah,
like, if that player complains, I don't think that that's something you should book them for, except
yeah,
they've said some foul language or they've said something,
yes,
that is highly disrespectful. Then yeah,
that's
you
right.
can.
Yeah,
But like,
hmm,
if I've just come to say, hey ref, like, look at that, I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's something you should book somebody for.
mm,
And these are, again, the types of things that the ref was doing that made it look like it was biased. It's
mm,
just, even if you want to say it was right with the penalty and all of that, but like, you do these little things here and there where it
Yeah.
then seemed like by like that 59th minute after you had given Gabriel, after that, penalty incident that you gave, it seemed
Mm,
like from then on to the end of the game, you were just, insistent on punishing us now.
mm-hmm,
Right? Imagine that City didn't get a yellow card in that game until Rodri took off his shirt in celebration.
mm-hmm,
That is strange, and that's what I don't like. For me,
mm,
is I don't like it when, because the way I see the game, it's like that Crystal Palace game where the guy kicked Saka and didn't even get a yellow card.
mhm,
When you don't book players for committing offenses, especially those types of offenses, you are
mm.
encouraging them to continue to kick their opponents. In my
Yeah, that's
opinion,
right.
right? Because
Yeah,
if I book you, then I'm telling you that's not acceptable. Don't do
that's
it
not.
again.
Yeah, don't do it
If I
again.
don't
So,
book you, I'm telling you, hey, it's cool. You can keep doing it, right?
hmm.
And that is why players will keep kicking our players, and
Yeah.
and they will get away with it. Even teams that, even how can Crystal Palace be getting away with kicking Arsenal players? Like that shouldn't be fair, right? And but
Mm,
you see this, so the next team that comes, they know that they can kick us about, and
mm-hmm.
you won't give those calls, right? Because
Yeah.
you've encouraged it by not booking players that have done it. And so that's what I think about what Bemer is saying. So I'm not saying the referee didn't get some decisions right. Some of those things will always be controversial, and
I
there will
don't
always
see.
be
I
two
don't
sides
see
to
any.
every
I don't
story.
see any problem with the referee in the
But I
first
think
half
that
of
the
the game.
ref, he encouraged City players to do things, and it wasn't really punishing them for some of their own offenses, and
Hmm.
that's what I didn't like. He says we lost the game due to stupidity from Xhaka and Gabriel. I mean, Mercy Boy has talked about Gabriel and how that was stupid. I
I'm not
thought
going
that
to sit there and defend them.
that second foul was, I was disappointed in him for
I
that
think
second foul. I think
Gabriel
he
one
had
is.
just lost his head at that point.
Yeah, I
You know,
think
it was
Gabriel
really
one is just immature.
yeah,
Then
he had
this
just lost
Jaka
his
one
head.
with the you are the captain of your country with that much of experience. Come on, man.
But the funny thing is this. I'll be honest with you, right? We will
Mm.
always have this issue with Xhaka. We've always had it, and we'll always have it. Like it's a good. Funny enough, I like Xhaka. I think he's a good player. But the cost of having Xhaka in your team is that once in every 3-4 games, it will completely go ballistic in a game and do
Yeah,
something that could cost you the game.
yeah, but Gwemga, the thing is, if this guy go away to play for Switzerland, he
I
doesn't
don't think he, I
commit
don't think
all
he
this
plays enough
stupidity
games
mistake.
to accumulate. It does. It's not like he does it in every match for Arsenal as well. It's just
Yeah,
like he would have played 4-5 games. In that fifth game, he would just do something crazy. You get when he goes to his national team, he plays like 2 games and he's back. You
it's
get.
bad. Yeah,
I think when if you let him play consistently, that
consistently,
thing will come
probably.
out.
Mm,
It will come out, and then it's crazy. I really, it makes it hard to love Xhaka because
mm.
you're like, dude, why are you pulling his shirt? Like, you've cornered him. He's not gonna get away. Like the guy is even falling down. Like,
Just,
just leave
just,
him.
just leave him.
You
Let him
know,
fall down.
now you've given away the pen. It is what it is. It says I watched the Odegaard one from all angles. You can look at it. Odegaard steps on Ederson's foot. I mean, like I said, there are different ways you can look at it. Agree to disagree. It's another error from. I don't. It's another error from Xhaka leading to goal. I don't think penalties count as errors leading to goal though.
It's a
Um,
penalty.
he
Yeah, but
said he said he
if
did the
it's
same
not
thing
if
at
it's not
Brighton
the
at home.
player error, there won't be no penalty anyway.
Yeah, he says he did the same thing at Brighton at home in Emirates first season. People don't talk about how that cost up top four. I always say it every time I say it. People want to argue with me and say, "Oh no, it was Aubameyang's missed penalty against Tottenham that cost up top four." No, it was
No,
Xhaka
no, no, no.
against Brighton. If we had won that game, we make top four. Xhaka
We
gave
make
away the
tough for
penalty
yeah.
that allowed
Hmm.
Brighton equalize. I hated him at that point. I can never lie because that
We
Emirates
we
season
will
pained
make
me.
tough for, and Emery will still be here.
Do you get? It was the next season when I saw how important it was that I started to forgive Xhaka. But like that penalty that he gave away against Brighton, it really pained me because we could have been in top four if not for that. So you're absolutely correct, Bemiro. He said the incident on Bernardo was definitely a pen because the ref told Bernardo to get them, blah blah blah. I mean, like I said, I agree to disagree. I think we Arsenal fans love to be the victim and complain about refs. The reality is when VAR decisions go for us, we don't complain. I don't think we like to play the victim. I think that we've
Mm.
just seen a lot of bad calls against
But
us,
first of all, let me
right?
let me let me let me ask Bemiro that how long has he been watching Arsenal, and how much do you know about this since I want to say since maybe probably I'm not sure whether I'm not saying that you're very young or whatever, so I'm not sure whether you've seen the Invincibles. You've seen the player that we have in the Invincibles. If you've seen the player we have after the Invincibles, and you've seen the players that we have now. I can understand what you are saying, and I don't know whether since the VAR introduced to, I will say this, since VAR is introduced to English football, I would say Arsenal has far more victim than any other club.
Funny thing is, I think it was Emery's first season, if I'm correct. There was VAR there was VAR that season, and they did this analysis of the teams because obviously people can review
Yeah,
VAR
yeah,
calls and
that's
say
right.
they
Yeah,
were right or wrong, and Arsenal was the team that had lost the most points
the most
due to
point
VAR
you due to VAR.
demeanors.
That's
So
right.
I'm not even like this isn't even like hearsay. This is like if you look it up, you can find it. So like the truth is, we do have a lot of bad calls go against us. Now you make the point to say when calls go in our favor, we don't complain. Of course, I'm not going to complain if a call goes in my favor, especially when
Yeah,
so
but
many calls have gone against me in the past, right?
in the
So you don't
past,
expect me
you
to
understand what I
complain. No,
mean?
no one is going to complain about that. But the fact that I won't
It,
complain when you've done wrong to
mm,
when the call has favored me doesn't
mm,
mean I won't complain when the call doesn't favor me. Like
it's
I'm a
just like
human being. Do you get?
yeah,
I
it's
will
just
complain.
like you go to a
City
you
fans
go
will
to,
not complain but about
you,
what the ref did,
what
but I would complain because it
I
was
would
against me
complain.
on the day. So it
You
is what it
understand?
is.
It's just like you go to a bookie, you place a bet, you keep losing, you keep losing, you keep losing, you keep complaining, and one bet now come for you. You're
You
not gonna
celebrate your
complain. You
bet,
celebrate.
exactly. It's what it is. So
Uh,
I think what Bemiro is trying to say
I
in
do really
essence
understand what he's trying to say there.
is
So.
trying to say that like we should look inwards, blame the manager, blame the players, and never say that the officials aren't doing something right. But the truth is the
And
official
one thing I want
it
to
is
say to Bem,
standard that the English officials
and
there's
one
something
thing I
wrong with
want to
them.
say to Bemiro is, as everybody knows on this show, go and watch the past show. I'm not the Atatas in. And I'm telling you here, I'm not here to defend the manager or if the player make a wrong stuff. I'm not here. You go and watch the past when we used to do player ratings. You can go and watch my ratings against all these players. It's very rare you see me give a player five. It's very, very rare you see me give any of these play. Maybe probably now, if you're still doing the player rating, maybe probably you'll be seeing me giving them five, six, seven. So
But yeah,
you know,
I mean, it is what it is. And big
yeah,
ups to you, Gbemiro. I think that like, again,
mhm,
it's just there's the diversity of opinions, right? Some
yeah,
people think it is. I think that we need a fresh injection of new referees, right? I would almost
hmm
say do like a complete overhaul of like the referees that ref the English Premier League. In my opinion, we've had the same referees for years and years and years, and it is very possible that their ability to ref a game might be declining, and it is
hmm
also very possible that I don't hear this much complaints, and it's not only Arsenal fans that complain about the ref, and
about
that's
the
just the
ref.
truth, right? The fact is maybe you only follow Arsenal fans, so you hear it a lot from Arsenal fans, but all,
hmm
all around the league, people complain about the refs, right?
So let me
So you should
actually talk.
watch smaller teams against
hmm
bigger teams and see how much they suffer
They suffer, yeah.
from refs. You'll be
So
surprised.
let me talk as a football fan here. Forget about me being supporting Arsenal. I'm talking about a football fan here. The Premier League. First of all, if manager comes out with referee made a lot of mistake, manager comes out and criticize them, that manager will get fined for criticizing the ref. The players go around the referee because he's making the wrong decision, the club get fined. For Premier League to be able to stop that happening, if they because this referee will carry on doing it because they don't have to explain themselves to anybody. Okay, that is the reason why they will carry on doing it. I don't know which sport in the US in America referees comes out to come and talk about the interviews. And again, one thing I want to say is if managers or maybe if nobody comes out from a club to come and do press conference maybe after the game, or then the club get fined because you don't send a representative out to come and do post match conference call, you still get fined. Then What is stopping the referee to come and explain themselves?
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe,
the refs are sacred in England. They're highly protected by the FA,
yeah,
and
but that's the
it
reason
is what it
why
is.
this is the thing, because they know that they don't have to explain themselves to anybody. They will carry on doing what they feel that they can do on the pitch. They know that the only thing they will do is maybe probably the next set of game. I'm not gonna be
Be-
involved. Then they know that the
then they
following next
bring
set
him
of
back
game they will
again.
bring him back.
Anyways, moving on from the ref. I don't want to dwell too much on this. Because at the end of the day, if there are ways we could have won that game regardless of whatever the ref did,
Hmm.
Martinelli had a few chances that he missed.
Yeah.
If he had managed to score one or two of those
Hmm.
chances, it'll be a different story now,
It will be a
regardless of
different
whatever the
story.
ref
Yeah.
did. So for me, what I enjoyed the performance, it was good.
The performance. Yeah.
City did not have a single shot on target until the penalty.
Hmm.
Those for me are like, before the game, we said it here on Lasgidi Effect that we might
Mm.
not win, but what we want our players to do is go out there and compete.
Yeah, you
And
you make them work for their goal, which they
hundred
did.
percent, hundred
Hmm.
percent. I put my hands up and I'm like,
Yeah,
that was a
that's
good performance.
you.
You
You know,
didn't
I've said
win,
it.
but you
As
played well.
I've said it before. If we are playing a big team like Man City, like Liverpool, I'm not saying we're gonna go out and beat them. All we are asking for, we are not saying Arsenal should go and play all the 38 game without losing. You can lose, but don't make the big team come here and just slap us 5-0, 6-0, and make the game look easy for them. Look at that game. Look at that Man City game. Man City will see a different Arsenal and say, "Oh, it looks like Arsenal is not what we think." We make them work for their goal.
Oh, there goes, yeah, and that's all
You
we
know,
asked for. Big
you
ups to
know,
you, my man. Sentiment is in the
sentiment.
building. He says, man, them, Mateta out large up. Big ups to you, my brother. Guevara says in conclusion, the ref we didn't lose the game because of the ref, we lost because of errors. It says Xhaka cost us at least 15, 20. Guevara, you're just exaggerating at this point. But I see you. And yeah, I think it's talking about. I think you're just talking about Musty Boy about refs in America. So I think it's the NFL where refs
Hmm.
do some press conferences, and that's what Guevara
Mm,
is saying. Sentiment saying ref is the ref. They're all incompetent. Always going to be problems. And
mhm.
big ups to you, football fans tribe. Big ups, my man.
Yes,
I don't know
yes,
if
yes.
you talk, whoever. Shout out to everybody at football fans tribe. Uh, Big ups to you. Thank you for all you do for sports in Nigeria and all around the
Mhm,
world as well. Big ups to you. Gbemiro says party was outstanding. The performance showed me. Before I even get to this comment, I want to now go back to his first comment when he talked about Airport Albert. I can't pronounce his surname, but and obviously, like it's not like Arteta didn't have any hand to play in the game. Although Arteta did say he was gonna let Albert handle the game and all of that, right? I don't know how much of that performance was due to whatever influence Albert had or whatever it was Arteta had been teaching them, but like it
hmm,
was the man in charge on the day, and we put in what was probably one of the best performances we had seen this season. And like I just want to like give that shout out to the coaching team. Like I was so proud of that performance. Like I was heartbroken that we lost, but I was like,
mm.
damn man,
Yeah,
we balled City.
but one thing you need to understand is Atata was in the stadium as well, but it's not there physically because he's on the
It
phone.
was in the
It's on the phone. Like, he's the one that is going to make a decision. Okay, this is not going well. Bring this guy in at this time, change this. But one thing I like here, one thing I like is Atata is sitting down and watching the game on TV, so he can actually see
see
what
what
we
is going
fans
on.
are
You get
actually
like you can
seeing.
see,
You
dude, like
understand?
we criticize. I said a lot of people will like Ateta want to come on now and say something like, "Oh, this is what they've been telling us all along." I'm like, no, this isn't what you've been telling me all along. This is what I
Mm,
have been telling you all along. That
hmm,
this manager needs to start attacking teams.
hmm.
Forget about this, pragmatic football. We score one
You
goal, we
know,
sit at the back, we sit on it, we defend three at the back the boss. Forget about that thing. You have quality players on the pitch.
quality player.
Send them
Let
out to
them
go and attack.
express
I don't
themselves.
care who the opponent is. right?
Mhm.
You have good defenders now. This is not the time when we're managing Mustafi and hoping
Mhm.
that you have good defenders. Forget that Gabriel made that mistake. He's been our best defender this season. You have
Mhm.
Gabriel, you have Tierney, you have bad man like Tomiyasu as
Mhm.
right back. You have Ben White. I may not be convinced about Ben White, but it's part of that defensive unit. You get
Mhm.
you
You
have
got
bad
players that
men.
wants to work
Let your
for the
men
club.
look at Thomas Partey on that
Yeah.
day now. You can't be like say no be the 47-year-old Partey where we they talk since all these days.
Partey
Partey
look like
bossing
18.
midfield.
I'm telling you.
You
Ah,
get, and I'm like, this is what we've been saying. Like, there's ability in here.
in
Let
here,
those
that's
players
right.
express it.
Express themselves, you know.
Look at Martinelli rolling men over in defense.
Mhm.
These are the things that we can do, but
Mhm.
not allowing your players attack is why we haven't been doing it. So I'm really glad. Like you said, Spartel was outstanding. The performance showed me that he's still a great holding midfielder. He did not have
Mm.
Ateta on the touchline telling him where to pass. That's another thing I was gonna say. You could see Albert that day. He just sit down, they watch.
They
Yeah,
watch.
or
Yeah.
sometimes he stood up, but like
It's
trust the
not backing too
players,
much orders
not
though.
barking
Just
orders at them.
mm,
Like it was cool in the beginning because
mm,
there was that narrative that they were indisciplined. But now you are disciplining them. Let them go and play their game on the pitch.
mm,
So
mm.
big ups to you, big ups to for football fans tribe again. You too much, my brother. Um yeah, sentiments even saying big up FFT, that's football fan tribe.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys watch football fans tribe, but if you don't,
Mhm.
everybody make sure you watch football fans tribe. Go to their channel on YouTube. They do a lot of amazing sport content. They're currently going to
Yeah.
be covering the AFCON now, covering Nigeria and the AFCON, and
Yeah.
it's going to be amazing. So make sure you follow, make sure you watch their show. Um, Memiro says the man management of Ateta is abysmal. He can do a lot better, definitely. This is sentiment, never changing. Ateta out, airport Albert in. I beg, go. I don't want any airport Albert. Oh. But that was a good
Mhm.
day. He also
Mhm.
says best married 90 minutes all season. Albert in. Big ups to you, Osman Ali. I was shocked. I thought Osman Ali was not going to mention Tade in his first comment. It says ref spelled backwards is pronounced as fair. They are the exact opposites. Great performance from the lads. Tade appeared on AFTV like Stan at the Rams training ground. Earlier, party was yeah, Tade was at the stadium that day. Oh. I said
Yeah,
Tade went to do
I
New
watch it. I
Year.
even watch his interview, self.
Tade went to do New Year. Almost Tade in the comment section.
Yes, sorry guys, just massive.
Big ups to you, Tade Oshun
Oh
Sport. That's
yes,
the big man in the comments, man. Big ups to you.
yes.
Osman Ali was just talking about you, Tade. I think you need to address Osman Ali. But even sentiment seems to be shocked. But yeah,
Yeah.
big ups to you. So I mean, talking about that City game, just rounding up thoughts about that game. I was impressed with the performance.
Mm.
We lost, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, that happens in football. But we played well, and I hope that we
Mm.
can continue to go on and play well like that
You know
for
the
the
thing
rest
where
of the
you know
season.
the thing that amazed me. The thing where Arsenal never lost a game, and you still see fans sitting down in the stadium. We lost that game. If you see the fans still stay inside stadium, say, "Oh, we
Bro,
still
like because like you'll be
you
proud. You'll be proud to
know,
I imagine this is what like Brentford fans must feel when they go to Liverpool and they draw 3-3. Even though you've not won, but like you're
one,
like,
yeah.
yes, you did the damn thing. You competed. You put on a good show. You made your fans proud. So
Hmm.
it is what it is, and I'm really glad. But the way it is now, there's still moving on from the game now. There's still so much. This club, it's like there will always be drama. I don't know when
Always
we will stop being a club that always dishes out headlines. Headlines sharp
headline.
plenty. First of all, it was FA charging us. Now they fined the club $20,000
Hmm.
for
20,000 pounds
10,000 pounds rather for something that happens in every game. I don't
in
know why we're
every
the
game.
ones that have to be punished for it,
Punished for it.
but it is what it is. And then there was the game we were supposed to play against Liverpool
This
today. Actually, we would have played that today, right? Maybe we would not
mm,
have even done Lasgidi effect today because of that game.
of that
But
game, yeah,
that situation we then do right, we they say like as obviously COVID is out there, and
yeah,
we can't deny the impact COVID is having on the world of football. Like this COVID, and the thing don't tire me
yeah.
every day. Just
I want to say something first of all. You see, I think okay, Liverpool knows that Arsenal are very strong at home. but they're not that strong away. I'm thinking, okay, they said their training ground closed. They can't because of COVID and all. They call Liverpool has got enough squad
to
to
play
be
that
able
game.
to play that game. Like I said in the last in our last show, every single in the Premier League, at least they got 40 players, both first team, under 23, 21, under 18s. And I gave you an example where on the first what's it called, the first pandemic, where Aston Villa has to play Liverpool in this same competition with kids, if you remember
I remember that. Of course, I
that.
remember that. It was
So
just last season.
why do is it FA League Cup? Why do FA have to call the game up? Tell Liverpool to go and play their kids if you
Bro,
have
I
to
was
play the
already
game.
excited. I was already excited that
So
I
what
mean,
what I think is they think is a mind game that okay, we let Arsenal come to our home ground first. We get the goals that we need. Then if we go to their own ground, we only need a draw.
you can defend.
You
Yeah.
can defend, and you understand what I mean. So
Yeah. I thought that was a bit
to
unfair
me,
as
it's
well.
just a mind game that Liverpool play there.
Yeah. I thought that was a bit unfair as well because like when it happened to Villa last season, you
Yeah, they live,
Liverpool played the game.
and
So
and this
have
is the
some
middle of
shame
pandemic as
and
well. They
play your
have to play
game.
the
You get
kids.
have some shame and play your game. If it means playing your kids, right? Me, I was
Hmm.
already excited to play them because they didn't have Salah and Mane, and I thought this gives us a good chance because Salah and Mane have gone to
Hmm.
Afcon. When the COVID cases came, and I really do hope that everybody that's got COVID that they recover from it quickly.
Hmm.
But COVID is something that every club is dealing with at the moment. And it's
At the
not just
moment,
Liverpool,
yeah, it's
right?
just not Liverpool.
And many clubs are still, even Arsenal have COVID cases, right?
Yeah,
You're still
and we
playing
don't
your
call any
games.
game off.
You're still playing your games. Some
Hmm.
teams obviously have been more affected than others. But I'm like, it's FA Cup. Bring on me. I was thinking like if they allow that game go, like if we play that game, we should ravage them like 6-0.
Yeah, but the thing is,
And
to
then
me,
go play the second leg.
FA
But
shouldn't call this game off because of COVID. This is Carabao Cup. They have to play it
but I mean,
because
it's just for me. I just thought like it puts you in a weird situation because you don't want to seem like
mm,
you're taking advantage of the fact that another club
but
has like the first team out with COVID.
do you know, I
But
think Chelsea,
balance
yeah,
is all we ask for.
Chelsea, their manager keep crying to say, okay, he's got 7 first team player that got injured or COVID.
COVID, yeah.
They didn't call any
They
Chelsea
still
game
play
off.
their
They
games.
still play it.
So yeah, I'm not really like I just wish that they will be balanced in the way they deal with teams and this COVID situation.
You know.
You can't just like it just seems a bit biased in my
Hmm.
opinion. But we keep it going. Sentiments here, bigging up Tade. He says, my friend, you've been away too long. You are saying I'm blessed. Yeah, big up the man.
Hmm.
And Tade here saying is responding to Osman Ali. He says, I'm currently in a meeting with Stan. You see, this is when we tell you that Tade is a boss. You people always think that we come on this show to just because we know him by just bigging him up. This man, he knows who is who
You
in the
know
world
it's
of
who,
football. He says we stand, he sends his love. At Football Fans Tribe, big ups to you. You guys should subscribe to that channel. It's the new big thing. Yeah, so subscribe to Football Fan Tribe. It's the new big thing now. There's so much amazing content on there. Let's support our own. Bimiro says club can be such a crybaby. The problem
That's
with him
correct.
is
I
that
agree with that.
he never goes to get the quality of squad depth. And I mean, you're right, actually.
Hmm.
Club, sometimes you take away his first team, you've taken away everything from that
Everything.
guy. Be like, but it's not really easy to have quality on and off the bench. That's just the truth,
Hmm.
right? Only a club like Man City these days can do that because they will spend as much money as they need to spend
Hmm.
to improve their squad. And I don't think every
Yeah.
club can spend that much money. Gwemro says if their goalkeepers are out with COVID, they have an academy. Why can't they use it? No, now wait they talk. Oh,
No.
Liverpool haven't been playing their second team for a long time. I simply don't know why it's now at the semi-finals they want a full team. I be the same Carabao Cup where we say we go Liverpool go play, then go play all their children.
Look at the
No be
team.
wait,
Look
no
at
be
the
say they do Carabao Cup. Why come say
no.
it reach my turn?
Look at the team.
Now you won't come play your first
Look
team.
at the team they put out against Leicester.
Do you get? Bring
Hmm.
that team. Let me play
And
that team too now.
you allow them to call the
Do
game
you
off.
get?
No, you
It's
tell
not when
them
it
to go
comes
and
to
play
Arsenal.
it.
All these clubs they have no mercy. Once they see Arsenal like this, everything changes for them.
No, I dey
Wow.
tell you say, then no, say we dey home first, and if we win that game for our home ground, now to go Anfield, just park the bus,
Just go flex them. Now they sabi now. If not to pack boss, my manager and expert.
you know,
he go. He sabi do the thing.
because
But
they know say
anyways,
Arsenal know the league goes like before
of course now, of course now. Well, it is what it is. I think that I mean we have the game against Nottingham Forest on
on
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Um, I won't really be worried about that game. Although I
it's
think
an
that
FA Cup game anyway.
the last time we played Nottingham Forest, I actually think they beat us. Funny enough, but I'm not very sure of that right now.
In the
But
FA Cup.
yeah, it was in a cup. I think they actually beat us. I
Mm,
think it was under Emery, something ridiculous like that. But I'm pretty confident about that game. I think the important game. I mean, the Liverpool game we will now play next Thursday, and if it's during Lasgidi effect time, I don't know if we're going to do the show, but
you mean
um,
next week?
yeah.
Nah,
Next
nah,
we'll play the
Thursday as
game
well. So yeah,
next Thursday.
yeah, it will be
But it
7:45.
should it should be interesting. Yeah, Gbemiro just said it against Nottingham Forest. We lost 4-2 in the third
Mm-hmm.
round. Yeah. So, but I hope we don't. I don't think we're that team anymore. I think we're a much better team now. Um. Oh, you said it wasn't under Emery. It was Wenger's last season. Yeah. But actually,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. Actually, I remember that
Yeah.
we played Nottingham Forest one time and they beat us. So yeah, thanks a lot for that, Gbemiro. But yeah, it is what it is. I think that when we go to Liverpool, which is the game we will focus on a bit now,
Mm.
at Anfield, we will now be playing the first leg. How do you feel about that game, considering how we've been playing?
I still feel confidence that we could go there and just get something out from there. Even though if it's a draw, we know that the second leg is coming to Emirates anyway. Then we could just nick it. So I still,
Yeah.
because it give me the confidence. I have a bit of confidence in the team now because of the way I see they play Man City, but it might probably be a completely different team. It might not be the full starting 11 that will be playing in the Carabao Cup. But for
Nah,
me,
I
I
think
will.
where we are the type of team. I
Mm,
mean, the only consideration is that if we play that game on the Thursday, on the
mm,
Sunday we have to play Spurs, and
mm.
that Spurs game is very important to
Is
like
Yeah,
us being in the top four.
yeah. That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
think the Spurs game might be why we then decide, okay, maybe we should rest one or two people so that they'll be
Mm,
fresh for the Spurs game. But
but
I feel like this Carabao Cup is important to us. If you ask me, Sha, if we try to
yeah,
win it, it'll be so late.
it would be so. Yeah, but I believe maybe probably because the second leg is at the Emirates. We'll probably, if we go to Anfield, I we didn't lose the
If
game
we do
like
well at
maybe
Anfield, if we
if we
don't
do
lose
well, if
exactly,
we don't lose it like 2-0, then we will come to Emirates and try and
um,
just get something out of the game at the Emirates. Really, yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. I think that if
Hmm.
we go to Anfield and we give a good account of ourselves, we maybe by some chance maybe nick a draw, the chances of getting to the final are are a lot more.
Hmm.
If a popular question that I've seen on Twitter
Yeah.
is, so currently it's Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea, right? Who would
Mm,
you like if Arsenal were to somehow make it to the final? Who would
yeah.
you like to face, Chelsea or Spurs?
Uh, we got more chance to beat Tottenham than Chelsea, because Chelsea, they even though if they're not playing well, they find a way of
Of nicking the
winning,
game.
nicking the game. So yeah, because the Tottenham team at the moment, they still trying to kind of get their bearing
To
under
get
their new
themselves. They
manager.
lost to
So
Chelsea 2-0
yeah, that's
yesterday.
right.
Funny thing is, I would say I would rather play Chelsea. And the reason why I say this is, I think
Because you
about
want to
it
get
in the
revenge, right?
offside. No, not even revenge. I mean, we beat them in the FA Cup, so I don't really. It's not a revenge thing. But I just think about what the possibilities. Because if we
Mm.
get to the final, we could win, or Chelsea could win, right? If
Yeah, but
Chelsea wins,
yeah,
and or like if between like Chelsea winning by beating Arsenal or Tottenham winning by beating Arsenal, I'd rather Chelsea beats me
I would
in a
rather
final
Chelsea. Yeah, I would
than for
rather Chelsea
Tottenham to beat me and
to
use
beat
me to
me
win their first
to win
trophy in
it. No,
ages.
yeah, yeah.
Like the banter will be too
It be
thick.
the
I can't
banter
take
will
it.
be too much. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I would rather go to
I
a
would
final
rather
and lose
play.
to
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah, that's right.
Than go
That's
to
right.
final and lose to Tottenham,
To
man. I can't
Tottenham.
even
I
get
get
like
what
let
you
them
mean.
beat
I get what
somebody
you mean.
else. So I was really
but
happy
but
when I saw Chelsea beat them yesterday. I was like, yes, please.
but
I don't want Spurs.
I don't see Tottenham turning that 2-0 over, man.
Yeah, I don't see them doing
Mm.
that, man. Chelsea are one of the hardest teams to score against. Um, and I think that Tuchel will want to. He won the Champions League last season. He will want to win
Mm-hmm.
as many trophies as he can.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at what Bemere is saying. He says, according to Arsenal fans, beating Spurs is like we won a league title. The reality is Spurs are not our rivals. I don't think there are many Arsenal fans
I agree with that.
who care about Spurs. I don't care about Spurs,
A
man.
lot of people think that most of our fan immediately you bring up Spurs like this, it's just like that. You press their red button. They just, oh, Spurs. No, no, no. Tottenham is not an Arsenal rival at
True.
all.
For me, I just see like
So
Spurs. They just
and one thing
they're
in
dead team.
for the 5 season in a row or 4 season in a row they finish above us Arsenal.
Yeah.
But a lot of people take that as if it's well, all these years we've been finishing above them. They finish above us, we still win trophies. They haven't won nothing. They just finish above us.
I
You
don't even think it
understand what I
matters that
mean?
much. I think
So
that
I don't really. It doesn't
don't
really
worry.
bother
Those
me
those
whether they
days are
finish.
those days are coming to an end very
You
soon.
know?
All this they finish above us. It will soon end.
Mm,
Guerrero says if Chelsea were not London, we would be a lot more humbled and we would have been pressured to fight for titles
yeah.
and Champions League. I mean it is what it is. I think for us at Arsenal, and I was going this is one of the things that I want to use to end the show is to talk about Arsenal in 2022. I
Mm,
think this year is a critical year for us, right? Because we claim we're rebuilding, and it's fine. We're rebuilding.
mm,
Everything has been happening.
mm.
This is, if I'm correct, the fifth year in a row that we've been out of the Champions League,
I think so.
and it's getting embarrassing at this point. And what the team showed us towards the end of last year has kept a lot of fans encouraged
Hmm.
to say, you know what, maybe we can actually fight for top four this season.
It's there
And
it's there to be
and
taken. Yeah.
as a fan, I've always said it that as fine, it might be harder to win the league right now because you have teams like Manchester City, teams like Chelsea, teams like Liverpool
Hmm.
that on paper are clearly better than you. But I've
Yeah.
always said top four is the minimum for this manager. If
Yeah.
you can't make top four, bye. Like bye bye. So I think now the top four race is wide open. Like we're
Yeah.
still
That's
in
right.
fourth place. Although teams have games in hand and whatever, but I think that Tottenham and Manchester United are not that much better than us.
Yeah.
West
That's
Ham
right.
as well. And I think that
Hmm.
we should be trying to win that battle and make top four. And
So
for me,
for,
that is the minimum requirement for this team. I don't know what you think,
mhm.
Mossy Boy.
Yeah, completely agree with what you said. The top four the number four position place is open. Um, if assuming the Arsenal managed to squeeze out that 3 points against Man City, I would just be saying that the top three is open to us as well. So, but we didn't. But I will just say, okay, yeah, top four is open to. Yeah, I think the three teams is the four teams is fighting for, which is Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham, and Manchester United. So, and those teams are not better than play if we look at the past results till the last game you play in the Premier League, they haven't maybe probably it's only Tottenham that kind of get closer because they haven't lost a game in the under their new manager. So
Yeah.
Manchester City they lost. Sorry, Manchester United lost. West Ham lost. So yeah, I would say fighting those three teams is what I want to say is I would say to Mikel Arteta to forget about Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. Let those three fight for those top three and figure out how they're gonna finish. But Man United, Tottenham, West Ham,
West
and
Ham.
Arsenal, you fight those three and push them out of that number four
Yeah.
position. Yeah,
And the
so.
way to do it is just to keep
Mm,
keep keep winning, right?
keep winning.
Especially all
Keep
those
winning.
games
Yeah.
those games that we are genuinely expected to win,
Hmm.
games we have Burnley coming up, the
That
Wolves
is the
game,
thing.
Brentford,
That is the thing.
Watford, Leicester,
We're
Villa,
in that
win
number
those
four
games.
position because we beat the team that we're supposed to beat. So that is the reason why. If we didn't beat all those teams that we're supposed to beat, this Manchester City, the game we lost to Manchester City now,
It would
it
have
will
been a
put
lot
us
more
way.
painful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. And the way I see it, right, if I look at the Premier League fixtures
Mm,
from once, I mean, after we play Spurs on the 16th of January, our next maybe even like 9 Premier League games, there's no top
no,
16.
no,
Do you
yeah,
get?
but
Like,
we should
except
be
maybe
winning it.
teams get, except maybe games get rearranged for
Rearrange. That's right.
COVID reasons or whatever.
Hmm.
But we
Yeah.
have Burnley, Wolves, Brentford, Watford, Leicester, Villa, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Southampton. Those are, if we ace those 9 games, there's
Mm.
no way like we can win those games and we will not be sitting
Sitting
comfortably in
comfortably in
third
the
or
top
fourth
fourth
place.
place. Yeah.
Do you get? So for me is go ahead and win those games, right? Some of
Hmm.
the craziest games we are already behind us, right?
Hmm.
And let's just focus on the ones that are in front of us and we can do, and just like win
Hmm.
as many as possible
As soon as
and
yeah,
keep it
that's right.
moving.
Hmm.
So if we can do that, I think we'll be fine. Um, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Bemiro,
Yeah.
this Bemiro, if there's any identity I shall know say this Bemiro, like Mikel Arteta, Sha, and believe in this project.
I don't blame
He
him.
says the only youth project that has worked in our history was back in the 1990s. Let's remember back in 2007, we tried it with Fabregas, Rosicky, and the rest. We never won major trophies. Valid. There was even a time I could argue we had the best team in the league and we still didn't win. The reality is is if you want to win the honors and get the target, do what needs to be done by getting the manager and the players who are ready for now, not
Mm,
youth players. You signed world class or top level. I don't believe in the youth project or the process. And
mhm,
you echo the voice of many Arsenal fans when you say that. The many Arsenal fans who
mhm.
I said it last week now, a lot of the Arteta house people, they just keeping quiet now because you can't talk when the team is winning. The moment these
Well,
things go south,
I'm talking. I've already said, even though Atata get Arsenal to finish in the top four, I still want him
in
gone.
fact, I would
I keep
appreciate
saying
that.
it.
Like you get top four,
Hmm.
resign and go.
And go,
But people don't want to hear.
Did you
So
hear the news that Man City want him
oh
with
like
Pep?
yeah, now PR
Ah,
God. Who they
PR.
want use PR kill?
And everybody was just kind of. I said, no, 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 no. This is just
Many people don't
Man,
use PR more than me.
Manchester.
I beg,
Listen,
I don't
Pep
tire.
Guardiola can never leave Manchester City today, and they now said they want Atata to come in.
Do you
No way.
get? In fact, guess what? Guess what? And I said it's guess what, right? If they actually do, let's say that it's true and it's not just rumors, it would
Yeah.
still have been a better decision for them than when Arsenal signed Ateta,
Hmm.
because at least they are signing a manager who has 2.5 years of
Yes,
experience in the PL.
experience in the
We signed somebody with nothing.
with nothing.
It would still be a better decision for them.
So look
So
at it. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, they're looking for a manager. Any any assistant manager in the Premier League, Arsenal go to. Okay, come to Arsenal. Come and manage Arsenal. 6 million a year. Are you not going to jump on it?
anybody, I would take
Anybody
that
will
job.
jump
I've
on
never
it.
managed a club before in my life, but I
Yeah,
would take it.
yeah, you will take it. So you understand
So
what I
it
mean?
is what it
So,
is. So yeah,
yeah.
I mean that's what's up, and we keep just hoping that the team does well this year. It will
Mm.
be exciting to lift a trophy, but for me, what would be the most exciting thing is to finish the season and know that we're back in the Champions League. I can't wait, man. I can't wait for
Mhm.
Champions League nights, Tuesday, Wednesday. I want to be watching my team playing against the best teams in the world.
In the world, and
Not
and
all
be
this.
getting battered, and be getting
Whether,
beaten like five, six
whether we
nil.
get beaten or not is another
Is
level.
that
But at least we're there.
you know?
Um, it's what I would love to see, but we'll see
You
what it
know?
is. I
Yeah,
think it's a good time to wrap up the show now.
yeah.
Thank you. Big ups to everybody for sticking with us. Big ups to you, Gbemiro. Gbemiro was in the comment section from beginning to the end. Big
To
ups
the
to his
end, that's right.
sentiment. Big ups to Football Fan Tribe. We appreciate all the work that you do. Big ups to Osman Ali. Big ups to the man Tade Osho himself.
Yes,
And to everybody else watching Lasgidi Effects.
yes,
We may not have the show next week because we have the Liverpool
because of the
game right
game.
about
Yeah,
the time for the show. But
yeah.
we'll be back, in the upper week with more Lasgidi Effects for you guys. And thank you very much for joining us. And we will
I
stick.
think we have a game on next week Thursday and the Thursday before the game. I think about
Oh yeah,
when I
maybe
look
the,
at
maybe
this
the
about
return leg. The return leg
the
for our
return leg
Liverpool
of
game might be on a
yeah
Thursday
is on
again.
the Thursday as well. So yeah,
Oh man,
yeah,
Lasgidi Effect family. Maybe you might be without Lasgidi Effect for like 2 weeks, but we'll see, Sha. We'll see what happens.
hmm
Maybe we try to do the show on another day or something,
yeah,
but we'll figure it out.
yeah.
But still, big ups to everybody. Big ups to you, Bemiro. And we will see you guys when we see you. Hopefully, an upper week. All right, bye,
All right,
guys.
peace, peace.
Tick tock, time na money. Ori, me, check a shake yori. Lick it, come and take me away to the place of my desire. I don't wanna be late. Tori,